Nah, shit, I should have adjusted my camera a little bit. How's that? Is that slightly better? I don't think it made a fucking difference. Am I streaming? Am I live? Is my voice deep? As my voice deep? Let's see. Okay, so it does say I'm live, which is nice. How's the audio? Am I streaming? Am I live? Okay. I need to move my mic up. That's way too far away. How about now? And I do need to readjust my camera. This is a fucking half-ass stream, bro. Me. Yes, and you're gonna hear my audio, like me listening to myself. Okay, that's better. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna make my. Okay, I'm shutting myself up on my laptop. All right, so I did not want to really, or I did want to. Okay, like I did want to do my recording, but mainly I wanted audio is fine, but I can hear the stream again. Probably for yeah, I turned it off. What's up, Crystal? Yeah, I've been wanting to stream for the past couple days because I was watching Tyrion slash Broken Draw's stream that he did. First of all, that fucker stole my title. Let it be known, all hashtag ViggyFammers. You're very well aware. I have a playlist called Road to Kim Jong-il. So next time he streams, call him out, give him shit, make him feel bad, right? And then have him donate to my Patreon. But hey, Viggy, did you stream yesterday? I got a notification. I did, but because I was exporting videos, it was like lagging and audio was crackling. It was literally ass and all over the place. So within minutes, I just ended it and it was sad, which is why I'm streaming today instead of doing my usual recording. I have videos queued up until Thursday, so it's fine. I can just record 2 videos tomorrow. But like I wanted to do my 2 hours that I was gonna practice, but I thought I'd do it on stream because I miss streaming. Yeah, what's up, Roxanne? I miss streaming quite a bit. Uh, Dude, I hate how like my phone keeps autofocusing, but it's what it is. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna keep my hand on the page and everybody draw along, right? I guess you guys know the deal. Either draw along or listen to me draw if that's entertaining, which it is. That's just the truth. I am truly the paragon of entertainment. But audio's good now, which is good. But yeah, what'd you guys get up to? Okay, so what am I doing? If any of you have been paying attention to my latest, my last 30 videos, right? My last 30 hours of practice, we have been doing portraits. We have been looking at portraits, right? And then we've been trying to put it inside a box, right? Put the portrait reference inside a box, and then we've tried to put a sphere inside that box, right? And then we've tried to put center lines, vertical and horizontal, inside the sphere, inside the box. Now the catch is I've been doing that in my mind, right? So it's extremely difficult. Anyway, suggestion of the day, draw a Deadpool. Um, no. Okay, maybe I'll do a Deadpool like mask. Like that's basically what my plan was. How's the quality, by the way? It looks really ass on my end, but like OBS shows that it's pretty good quality, so dude, I don't know anymore. I don't know anything about my streams. It's like I know my setup is shit. I know everything is just fucking mid. But yeah, anyways, I've been doing the whole 3 layers of perspective in my mind, right? That's the main thing. I've been doing it in my mind. Now, that's not changing. We're not going to stop doing it in our mind. This is just a visual representation of what I see in my mind and what I've been practicing in my mind and on a smaller scale, by the way, right? But this is essentially what we've been practicing, right? And right now for this session, I'm not going to be doing particularly portrait practice. I'm just going to be, this is off, slightly off. And my lines obviously need work. Fun fact, I have a weirdly abnormal amount of experience for drawing cubes as actual creatures out of literally anything. That's pretty cool. That's just good practice. That's just good practice. But yeah, I'm just gonna do like the visualization of the box, the sphere inside the box, and then the center lines inside the sphere inside the box. Like this is basically the goal. Here, let's this is the goal. There you go. So now you all know. Anybody comes onto the stream is gonna be confused as fuck, but for the two people that are here, this is the goal. And we want to see it in our mind's eye. So let's just draw this. We want to be able to see that in our mind's eye. Right? Let's give it a little Charlie Chaplin mustache. Happy Charlie Chaplin. Because he never had to speak and listen to people. Right? Radiating light from his bald head. But let's see, I made a sun god out of a cube. I made a Christmas tree out of a cube. I made a yacht out of a cube. I made a, okay, yokai, dragons of Chinese mythology. These don't even sound like, I'm just curious as to how the fuck you're doing that. Impressive. Very impressive. But, dude, why is my camera fucking spazzing out when it comes to the focus? Okay, on OBS, it isn't showing it like that. And on Camo, it isn't showing it like that. So why is it showing it like that on YouTube? I don't know. I have no fucking idea, bro. I'm so tired of my just shit streaming, and I don't have the goddamn money for a good camera. Whatever. The real Vicky famers know what's up, I guess. But anyways, right now that's the angle I'm gonna practice in because it's a difficult angle, and obviously your camera looks fine to me. Okay, wonderful. As long as the quality and everything is fine on the viewer's end, right, and the audio is good, that's all that matters, right? I don't know why it shows it so ass in the like my specific end. Like even though I'm also on YouTube viewing my own stream, it makes no sense. But anyways, okay, I would encourage you all to practice this. Practice this. Just practice visualizing a cube and then practice putting a perfect cube, by the way. Practice visualizing a perfect cube, already very difficult. Practice putting a sphere inside that cube, another layer of difficulty. And then practice putting the center lines following the contour, right? The vertical and horizontal center lines inside the sphere, inside the cube. This is like monumentally difficult, and this is what I've been practicing for the last 20 hours plus of my portrait practice, and that's gonna go on for probably another what, like 6 reps technically, because I have 6 reps left of my 50 rep rule for this ex section of the exercise, but then it's gonna go on for another like 20 hours because I have another 50 reps left of the next exercise and so on. But this is like my goal for at the end of the goal for portraiture is to be able to visualize everything, and the simple forms and then the complex forms inside the simple forms, right? And right now my brain's really hurting, but I thought I'd do this on stream. I know like in videos, whoever watches my videos, you're all well aware, right? I'd like to believe that hey, like he's exerting a lot of effort visualizing, but I thought it would be nice for you guys to see it live as well. Plus, I actually do miss streaming quite a bit. So am I running away from my responsibilities of recording and setting up a backlog? Possibly, but at least I'm getting the 2 hours in um, via stream, and this way maybe I get to talk to some fans, right? Like Crystal Pirate, Roxanne, and they're usually the only ones who pull up. Nobody else gives a fuck, so I appreciate you too, right? But there will be a day where I'll be so famous that I won't remember anybody's names. But until then, I'll be peddling for your likes. Okay. So what am I doing? I am visualizing the box and I'm ghosting. Like you see how I'm constantly ghosting the axis, the three axes, axis, as they say, right? And now I'm trying to think about because the goal right now isn't really to draw a helmet. The goal is to visualize the box, the sphere inside the box, and the center lines inside the sphere inside the box, right? 3 layers of perspective. Right now, that's extremely difficult, but we're building the skill over this year. I think the main thing this year is just to be able to build the ability to see 3 layers of perspective, right? Which will always be the the larger box. Yeah, the larger box, any shapes inside the box itself, like the larger grid, and then any manipulated shapes inside the shapes inside the grid. So, yeah, okay, so let's start. And right now, like it's less about drawing a helmet per se, right? Per se, really fancy word, but it's much less about drawing a helmet, really. It's just more about, see, like my brain's already fucking dying, but it's more about just finding hard surface shapes that I can rely on. right? Like finding hard sh surface shapes that I can draw in perspective. Fuck it, let's just do something like that. Yeah. And this is really difficult. My brain's actually really hurting right now because again, I keep losing the box, right? This is what I want to make very clear is that I don't see as much as I would like ever, and it seems to be just the way it is. I mean, Kim Jong-il himself, multiple times, no matter how many people would be like, "Hey, you're a god, you're a genius," is he would say multiple times, guys, it's actually like I only see 40 to 60% of what I visualize. Like I really only can visualize that much, right? Obviously, nobody ever fucking listened, and they herald him as a prodigy, but and that's the funny thing is the fact that it's like the man who's gone through the practice is saying, "Listen, this is actually very difficult." And you need to understand that it's difficult. Yet those who have not done the practice are like, no, there must be a secret. Master, you're holding out on us. And he's like, shut the fuck up and do the work. God damn it. Right, but I digress. And again, like this is extremely difficult because you have to remember, like I'm literally trying to see three layers of perspective while I'm talking and talking while drawing. At this point, you should all be aware um, is a skill, right? Talking while drawing is an incredibly difficult skill. I mean, look at just watch the Broken Draw stream, the one where he copied my title and named Road to Kim Jong-il, right? If he takes the I'm going bald part, I'm actually gonna message him and be like, bro, it's time to fight, motherfucker. But like, yeah, talking while drawing is if you, and what I'm trying to say is like, if you literally watch that stream, you'll see that the second he starts to draw, he's just quiet. Now, see, I am better than him in everything and anything. So, okay, I've already lost the perspective a little bit, but we have to take it back. But as I was saying, I am literally God. So, for me, at least the goal is to become God. Therefore, to explain while I'm drawing. So, apart from seeing the three layers of perspective that I mentioned, which let's not forget are all extremely difficult, right? So let's put the context that I'm seeing three layers of perspective in my mind, which I'm consistently losing at all times, right? Which is extremely difficult. On top of that, I'm having to come up with a design, right? I have to come up with a design. Right now, what did I do? I created two cylinders and then I attached horizontally cylinders to them, right? Those are additions. If you don't know what that is, go to ArtWad, right? I have to shield them at all times. I'm a god. But I've already lost the perspective, or so you would think, right? Or so I would think as well, that I've lost the perspective. But I don't believe I have because there is a way to gain it back, I believe. There's definitely a way to gain it back. But first, let me just try to create some semblance, some modicum of Oh yeah, by the way, I have references here which I should be paying attention to. They're just Pinterest references, which are going to help me come up with like designs and shit. Clearly, I have not been using them. Again, what am I doing here? I'm just across different planes, I am doing like diagonal cutouts and additions, right? So I will try to explain what I'm thinking of, but I'll be completely honest, like a lot of it is just trial and error on what is aesthetic, right? And like trying to see what what I've seen online and be like, okay, why is that aesthetic? Why does that work? But like a lot of it, okay, see, like so I fucked that up. But if I can keep that in perspective, then it's not a fuck up. Like that. There you go. See, it's not a fuck up anymore because I think I've kept it in perspective. But what did a Crystal say? How do you not go insane without listening to music? Um, Practice, just practicing, focusing. I have white noise on in the background. You guys can't hear it. It's my fan makes white. It just makes white noise, right? Because it's a fan. But I have noise canceling on my headphones or my mic, right? But just practicing, focusing. God makes no mistakes. If you made a mistake, then perhaps you're God's mistakes. Perhaps I am God's mistakes. It's possible. Uh, mic stutter? I have white noise on in the background. You guys can't hear it. It's my fan. Yeah, this like I don't know what it is with OBS, but my mic randomly like it just this my all any of my mics on OBS seem to constantly crackle and stutter. So just a heads up, I do apologize for that. Right. By the way, I also use Pinterest, but I'm betting I have a much larger gallery. You probably do. I don't use it that often. Yeah, this like I don't know what. Okay, well, sorry, I'm just listening to myself to make sure it sounds good, but I've already fucked up quite a few things here, right? Because I'll draw the box I was trying to see afterwards. I'll just so you guys are aware how badly I've been fucking this up, right? But again, right, mistakes are literally necessary in order to succeed. So, I mean, I've made plenty of mistakes already, but they're literally the backbone of progress. So, silent stream? So is it silent? You can't hear me? Necessary. No, it's not silent. Oh, you just mean like in terms of me not listening to anything. Okay. So let's see. I could add a subtraction here, just like, insinuating a subtraction. And we could have this jut out as well, right? Again, going across different planes. It's like I try to calculate it in my mind while I do it, but obviously it's not going to work out every single time, right? And this is where, like, again, and I'm trying to see a sphere throughout all of this. Perhaps this is where I can start embedding that sphere into this, but I'll be honest, I've already lost the perspective like multiple times, and at this point, I may actually already have a different perspective than what I intended, right? But that's okay. Like, again, like that is okay, because that's literally the process, right? Like, I don't even remember what box I had. I have to kind of bring it back. And yeah, like maybe it's a cope to say it's okay, right? Maybe. It could very well possibly be like a complete cope to be like, haha, it's okay, I made a mistake. But at the same time, sayonara, silent artist. Well, that's a shame. I gotta go to bed anyways. What? I'm muted? And My, yeah, like maybe it's a cope to say it's okay. I'm so right? Confused. I can still hear myself. Well, that's a shame. I gotta go to bed, school night, whatnot. What? Nobody can hear me anymore? Bro, I can hear myself on my stream. Sayonara, silent art. Well, that's a shame. I gotta go to bed. What? I. Well, yeah, like maybe it's a quote to say it's a. What the fuck is going on? Bed, school night, whatnot. What? Nobody can hear me anymore? My. Bro, I can hear myself on the stream. Am I live? Well, that's a shame. I gotta go to bed. What? I. Well, yeah, I'm so confused. Is this glitching? What the fuck is going on? What? Nobody can hear me anymore? What? Well, I can hear myself on the stream. My line? Okay, so I'm gonna turn off my fucking voice because that's tripping me out even more. What the fuck? You should be able to hear me. I can hear me clearly. God damn it, in the stream, it's annoying as fuck hearing myself twice. I'm just gonna write in the chat. The fuck? But I can hear myself. Don't go, my only fan. Ha, no pun intended. Well, okay. Now that I've done what I have to do, but I can hear. There, okay. Yeah, I can hear myself. Therefore, Crystal Pirate is wrong. So let's just continue. But see, how should I go about this? Now I have to think about the sphere, how it's connected here. So something like that, right? And then what about like what shape do I want here? Because this thing doesn't really make much sense. But what if okay, so let me look at the hmm. Oh, okay. So that kind of works. So I'm just going to follow the example that I see on Pinterest. And maybe that will, let's see, it's like a clasp of sorts, right? There you go, something like this. No idea, honestly. I mean, if the stream's fucked, the stream's fucked. I can't really do anything about it. It's just silent. Did you try refreshing? Is it? No idea, honestly. No, I can hear myself. Fuck off. This is all Crystal Pirate's fault. He ruined my life. Anyways, okay. There's multiple layers of perspective I'm trying to think about, but let's see. Okay, let's see. So obviously, I want to have something like this. Now, what would that look like on the other side, right? Because the other side's actually very difficult to try to figure out. I'll be honest, especially when it comes to these things, right? Like I have trouble figuring out these elliptical things, elliptical shapes. True, actually, it is 11. No wonder. No, I should just accept that nobody's gonna be watching me. I got a bit of expectations, unfortunately, because like there was a point when one of my videos took off that more people were on my streams, but I should not expect that because that's just not reality. You know what I mean? I should just focus on trying to draw and figure things out and trying to create something that has meaning, right? So let's look at this example right here. What is being done? This is just an example I'm looking at on Pinterest. So they have shapes, obviously, kind of a fucking Badoy. They have shapes, but those shapes seem to be encapsulating something, right? So I guess this is the part where the whole design thinking consistently comes in again, right? Now here I can have something jut out, right? Same thing here. And then juts out the other way. Now okay, I should probably like establish what's happening on this, at least on our perspective, the left side before I make anything otherwise. Let's see. Just trying to follow the example that's been provided. Not that it's going to be one to one, but it's kind of just we have a sphere or a half a cylinder, right? We can have maybe something covering it. Same thing. And this is great because it really, really, really emphasizes marksmanship, which I don't have, right? I don't have marksmanship to the degree that I would like. Okay, now we just need to, let's see. Hmm, there you go. Make it nice little cutting out on that side. Maybe cutting out on this side. And then bring it back around here, right? Cutting back on this side and then bring it, there you go. Now that actually looks relatively complicated. Does it make any sense? Probably not. Right, probably does not make any sense. But oh, my girlfriend's calling me. Sorry, I cannot reply. I apologize. I cannot reply. I'm in the middle of a goddamn drawing session, woman. Don't you understand? I'm different. But let's see. Oh, and then there's things like these. Okay, so I can definitely emulate that, right? And what else is there? Okay, these are like, what are these called? They're like surfacing details, right? Like yeah, surfacing details. So what could a surfacing detail be on here? Well, maybe just something that follows this, right? Something like that. Kind of interesting, but okay, like I really wish I could explain my thought process better. I really do apologize. Like genuinely, I'm sorry that I can't think on three different layers of perspective and talk at the same time. But the beauty is, if not now, then soon, right? One day I will be able to, and one day I'll genuinely finally be able to answer more questions. You know what I mean? Like I'll be able to actually be a decent teacher. That's why for now I implore that you draw along because, I'm trying my best, but it's difficult to explain like what I'm like right now I'm just trying to add little extra lines and perspective that follow this form, like this shape right here, right? This surface. The thing is like a lot of what I'm explaining, this is why I really encourage many of you to build your eye, right? Why I keep saying like build your eye, build like be able to see more at all times than what you can do because that really is the way to actually understand what I'm talking about too, or just to understand a lot of these little perspective tips that these very respectable, not me, but other respectable artists will give you, right? Because it will make more sense when, because I'll say this, like, even though I'm nowhere near Kim Jong-il's level, I've been able to understand what he's been trying to say. And people like Peter Han, like, I've been able to understand what they're trying to say. Not do, but understand what they're trying to say for like since my first year and a half, right? And that just came down to the fact that even though I could not do what they were asking or what they were saying, I could understand because I was already trying to see perspective and I was already trying to. Okay, yeah, you can definitely hear me. I think Crystal Pirate just had like some audio glitch or whatever because you can definitely hear me, right? So hold up. And then see this is this other side right here, right? I think it makes sense. Maybe it's not perfect, really, but honestly, I think I definitely fucked up this perspective quite a bit now that I look at it. Oh yeah, I definitely fucked it up. Yeah, I definitely fucked that up, but we're just gonna have to commit. Yeah, see, we're just gonna have to commit. And I know this is looking like fucking amalgamation of random bullshit, which it is. So now it's just like, okay, like what do we want here, right? I like having big shapes here. So maybe something like, okay, well, this is a sphere, so we do need to finish the sphere. Because again, like I'm adding all these shapes, but the whole point is I'm trying to add all these like little hard surface things onto a sphere, right? Which is comprised inside a box, a perfect cube, which has a center line and like a vertical center line like this, right? And then a horizontal center line like this. But the thing is, and this is like where hopefully the honesty helps you, is the fact that this is what I was trying to do, but then this is kind of what I've ended up doing, right? Like this is kind of what I've ended up doing, in terms of perspective. Like it's very off. It's very off. So yeah, like again, I'm always trying to be as honest as possible, right? Trying to be a real one, as they say, right? Hashtag YouTuber who does not lie only begs for audience's income. It's an honest day's work. But again, now I'm stuck. It's like now I don't know what to do with this middle part. And this is actually where silhouette comes into play. Silhouette can actually do a lot of cool things here. So now I have to think like what's an interesting silhouette which while I can still follow this sphere because don't forget like drawing a perfect fucking sphere is difficult, man. So maybe even something like this. But we have to take into account the fact that any decision that's made here has to be reflective here. right? So, and again, it is a bottom perspective. Well, it was supposed to be, but now it really isn't looking like it. Oh no, this is, what am I saying? This was supposed to be a, yeah, it's a bottom perspective. So it's not bad at all, actually, because I just have to make sure that things are relatively. And again, I'm trying to do all these calculations in my head while thinking of the box, thinking of the sphere inside the box, thinking of the center lines, right? Vertical and horizontal inside the sphere, inside the box. And it changed multiple times. It changed multiple times is what is important for people to understand is like at no point have I been able to consistently apply what I want. Like I just haven't, you know? And yeah, like it kind of looks mediocre, but just what it is. Let's see. And like and my brain's really hurting. Like actually I'm really struggling to see the box right now as well. Right? I'm really, really struggling to see the box. I think this is the part where hopefully it is valuable knowledge because many let me look at a different reference now because I need inspiration. Okay, that's cool. That's actually pretty good inspiration. Because many artists will probably not be this honest with you, right? That's my allure. He's so honest. See, okay, so we already know I fucked up the perspective too, right? Like we already know that I fucked up the perspective here because this is misaligned with this, but now it's just like, okay, is there any way that this can be salvaged? I'm trying to add like another cylinder there, maybe to salvage it, but I don't think it's salvageable, right? I don't think it's salvageable, and that's okay because, and this is actually now something completely different. It was originally going to be something else, but I've decided on making it more like this, right? So with that, some changes will be occurring. There you go, something like that. So that will be, and this is the beauty of art, is like you kind of just work around these things, right? You just kind of work around them. Sometimes they'll make sense. Many times it'll just be like a complete clusterfuck, like it is right now, right? So that's okay too. That's completely fine. Is it actually silent? Can people actually not hear me? It's confusing me because many, like, let me refresh my tab because I can literally hear myself. Okay, it's refreshing. Let's see. That's okay too. Yeah, I can hear myself. So I guess I'm just completely unpopular. This is so sad. I do this only for views and nothing else. Actually, I don't know. I just thought my quote unquote fans would enjoy seeing this, but I was clearly mistaken. You're all fucking dead to me. Let's see. Okay, so I do want something jutting out of this. How do people usually draw a hinge having something jut out of it? That's another thing, right? How do you draw a hinge having something jut out of it? I mean, I've already over designed the fuck out of this. So at this point, it's might as well just see. Let's have some. Well, that was supposed to be single rounded. But I'm trying to think. Let me just look at this reference now. Okay, that kind of helps, but not really. Right. Oh, that was a line mistake. There you go. Okay, so that kind of helps. And then we can have something like this hinges connecting like so. And then what if here in this center we have this thing getting in the way, something like that. Yeah, I know my camera quality isn't the best, so maybe you can't see everything I'm doing, but hey, maybe this helps, right? Maybe this helps. And what can this be connected to? Because people drawing some crazy shit, but I can't really think of anything right now. Let's see, something like that. That was probably inaccurate. Let's see. Damn, I definitely fucked that up. You see how like the design can just get muddied? But honestly, after this, I'm moving on no matter what because there's way too much shit going on with this quote unquote design. Can't even, there's no fucking, can't even call it a goddamn design anymore. Literally can't even call it a design anymore. Just looks fucking retarded. But yeah, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. Okay, whatever. That was a huge mistake. FYE, sheesh, that is crazy. FYE for life. I think five for life. I think I've seen you on my stream at one point. Maybe not. I'm probably just fucking gaslighting myself. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Right. But oh, let me clarify the perspective I was seeing this in. Right. Let me use my lighter pen. The perspective I was trying to see it in was this. Right. And I'm gonna use the lighter like this. This is the box I was trying to put it in. Right. And you can see how much it's diverted from this. Right. And like you can see how much I've diverted, right? But that's the thing, like it's extremely difficult. Where's oh fuck, I should have brought a water bottle. God damn it. But it's extremely difficult. And that's why like the whole thing is just we're just trying to at the end of the day, again, like this is the goal, right? We're trying to see a box, we're trying to see a sphere inside the box, and then we're trying to see the center lines inside the sphere inside the box. I'll do it again. So like this what actually no, I think I even drew that perspective wrong, but what this I was trying to do was this, right? I was trying to do something like this. So it's difficult to also envision a perfect cube, let's not forget, right? So this is obviously not a perfect cube at all either, and I'm pretty sure there's divergence and convergence mistakes with this box already. Yeah, like this is these two are diverging. So that's a mistake. Don't pay that no mind. Right? But yeah, how's it going, Fife for life? Are you a new subscriber, a new viewer? Did you just chance upon this in your homepage? Right? But this is the goal. Like we want to see the box, right? This is the first layer. We want to see the box, and then we want to see a sphere. We literally want to see a perfect sphere inside the box. And then we want to see the contours, the vertical and horizontal contour, which is all based on calculating the ellipse inside the box's planes, by the way, right? Like that is kind of what I was trying to do, but it ended up being much just horrible. Like just in comparison to that, it ended up being really bad, right? That's a good thing, by the way. That's a good thing. Like this is a beautifully ass mistake. Like it's a beautiful mistake that is ass, right? So again, I hope you guys are all drawing along, and I hope this is informative. I genuinely hope me constantly telling you all the different things that I'm thinking about, and I mean to the best of my ability, because talking while drawing is very difficult, right? But me explaining hopefully all the things I'm thinking about while I draw, and also me explicitly stating as often as possible all the mistakes I'm making, and just how my thought process is nowhere near as confident as this may look, right? Like this may seem very intentional. This may seem like, oh yes, he thought of many things. No, no, I thought of nothing. Oh, see, like I actually literally forgot to add this on the other side, right? Like I forgot to add this thing on the other side. See, okay, now that's a bit better. But where you're going to draw another helmet. How long has it been since I started streaming? It's okay. It's only been 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna go for an hour, like 2 hours total. So this is why I need to slowly work on. I keep obviously making things more difficult for myself because it wasn't supposed to be this complicated, and then it ended up becoming that complicated, right? But and now even here, like I feel as if something should be jutting out, but it's probably best to leave this. This is definitely incomplete, but either way, okay. So We did a bottom perspective. Obviously, bottom perspectives are the most difficult, so maybe I should just do one from the opposite side now, like in where like the face is actually on this side, right? So yeah. I forgot to add background music to my stream, but I feel as if with how shit OBS is, it might just cause more problems. Again, I'm ghosting, by the way. I'm thinking really hard. I'm genuinely thinking really hard. And what I usually do nowadays is I start with the eye line or the nose line, right? Not that I know how to draw a nose, by the way, but because I've done so much of this box, sphere inside a box, and center lines inside the sphere inside a box, which is predicated on me looking at a portrait reference and, of course, trying to project this onto the portrait reference and visualize it and hold that visualization in my mind or on the page or however I mix and match. And again, visualization is very particular to the individual. Let's not forget, right? Like, and it's an extremely difficult skill. So please don't believe you can visualize until you put at least a minimum 5 years of effort towards just I don't fucking know. These words aren't real, but I want to sound literate, please. But just an extensive amount of effort towards building the skill of visualization. I think only then you have the right to say, hmm. Maybe I just see, and again, like I want to change this little rhetoric that I keep doing, these diagonals, right? I want to, I mean, to be honest, we could probably do that right now, but to do that, we also have to change the design of what we're trying to do, right? It's getting a bit better. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting a bit better to be able to see the sphere and the contour lines, just a bit. And you can see I keep like noodling my fucking lines, which butt fucks it. But not that I know what I'm doing, of course. There you go. That's a bit better, right? And okay, so what am I thinking? I'm thinking of some sort of cylindrical pipe-like shape that's coming out of this. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. There you go. Like, hopefully that makes it very clear. And I'm thinking it will be diagonal, right? Because I've already established the perspective here, right? So I might as well. And I'm thinking it'll have some carvings, right? It'll have some carvings inside of it. That's what I'm thinking right now. And I'm thinking this for sure is going to have an opening. Because now we've established that the center line is more to the left, which is what I wanted, because that's where I was envisioning the center line. And that's, again, don't forget that I'm trying to also make a perfect sphere. Look, I'm trying to wrap it around a perfect sphere, right? Like we have to remember that as well, you know? We genuinely have to make sure that and but I say we, but obviously me, but by saying we, I hope you understand exactly what is being thought of, right? While doing this. So this is a pipe type shape. A mistake has already been made because I fucked that up. This curvature should have been a lot more subtle. But and again, like this is the beauty of pen is you can kind of go over it, or just any sort of line work. You can go over it to hide it a little bit, right? But let me look at I guess I'll look at another reference. Right. There's always a lot of references to look at, which can help. But even here, and again, these are just like helmet references, right? So there you go. Something like this. We'll make it a multiple rounding, like that, right? Maybe we'll even have an ovoid carving of sorts, which is just a fancy way of saying an elliptical carving, subtraction specifically, right? And now comes down to, there you go, something like that. So actually, if I was gonna do that here, should have, there you go, something like that, right? That's a carving that I'm doing, and now I have to decide like how do I want this carving, like where do we want it to end, right? Because we are looking at the bottom, so maybe we'll just do something like that, right? It's nothing impressive. Genuinely, it's nothing impressive, but these are like slowly the things I'm trying to think about, right? And I hope me saying it's nothing impressive doesn't make you feel as if, because I know there will be people who, objectively will be unable to do this, right? I'm saying it's nothing impressive in the grand scheme of things because I have very high standards for myself, right? And I keep losing the box and I keep losing the perspective and I keep losing the sphere. Center line is actually getting better. The ability to see the center line is definitely getting better. I'd like to believe, right? But yeah, it's not derogatory internally. It's just simply I don't know. What am I trying to say? I'm not shitting on myself. I just think I can do better. Right? And this is just the way I speak, but every time I make a mistake, I feel good, right? Okay, so I kind of established that this is going to be three-dimensional here, right? But have I actually? No, I haven't. I don't even need to establish that it's three-dimensional. This can go a completely different way. So let's see. Hmm. And this is where let me just kind of zoom in on one of I can't even zoom in on this fucking Pinterest reference. Oh, okay. Let me zoom in on this other. There's like a bunch here, right? So I know there's people watching, one or two. Please fucking type something for the love of God. Say something. How do you like my content? How do you like the drawing? How do you like the process? Say something. It can literally be shut the fuck up, stop talking, continue to draw. It can even be that. There'll be some human interaction to know that I'm not alone in the world. But anyways, I'm trying to think of how I can connect something like this. And there's all that shit about like big, medium, small as well. Let's not forget, okay? I wanna clarify all the things I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the box, right? This is the angle I'm thinking about. Jesus, this pen's gonna die. Right, but like this is the angle I'm roughly thinking about. Okay, it's more like this, but yeah, that's the angle I'm thinking about. And then I'm putting a sphere inside that box, and then I'm putting center lines inside that sphere, inside that box. That's a super rough representation, but I'm thinking about that, right? Three layers of perspective constantly of an attempt of perspective constantly being projected, to the best of my ability. And now we're trying to design hard surface shapes. So now there's options in terms of shape manipulations. Okay, there's multiple rounding, single rounding, carving boxes and cylinders, and then twisting them as well, right? And then there's also angles and that can be done, and then there's also additions and subtractions. So that's like a whole myriad of things on just what can be done, purely in terms of manipulations and types of shapes, right? And now there's a third step. Oh, there's another one. Sorry. Yeah, the third thing is aesthetics, right? Big, medium, small. Okay, these are kind of medium. This is kind of small, right? Do I want a fucking giant turd just in the middle of this thing's mouth, right? Who knows? Who fucking knows, right? In fact, now that I said that, I might as well put a giant turd in the middle of this fucking thing's mouth just for shits. And let's not forget, I have to follow the perspective of this sphere that I'm projecting inwards, right? So there's that as well. Okay, now we've made a commitment. But then on top of that, there's also functionality. How do we want these to connect? These can't just be random shapes placed within each other. They must have hinges, connections, interlockings, all that shit, right? And then after all that, there's little tiny details that needed to be added. So I'm fucked, is what I'm trying to say. So there's a lot to think about. And I've already fucked up the perspective, I'm pretty sure. I'm very certain I've fucked up the perspective, to be honest. But let's just keep trying, right? So let's see, maybe something like, by the way, and like when I see this, quote unquote see, I use the word see very lightly, right? It's not really a legitimate visualization that's occurring. It's again just a vague idea which I'm trying to act upon, just a vague idea that I'm trying to act upon, which can or cannot work. Like this did not work. It kind of looks like ass now, and it's connected in a weird way, right? But it was a vague idea in which I tried to act upon, right? And now, even here, like, do I want two multiple around this? Maybe. I don't know. I literally don't know until I try, right? And again, of course, I fuck up the line work. And because I fucked up the line work, I have to make amends on the other side, right? So, yeah, and now it's getting a bit excessive, obviously. It's getting a bit fucking retarded. But now it's like, okay, what do I want to do here? Because I've created a bunch of random shapes. How do I want these to connect? Like, what do I want here? This is where I hopefully look at, oh, maybe I can do something like this, right? Oh, see, that actually kind of makes things a bit better, right? Thank God for Pinterest references. So what is that? Because I can't just do it. I refuse to just do something and not understand what it is that I did, right? Just because I looked at a reference. Um, And this is also wrong. Yeah, this is wrong. It should have been more like that. So now I gotta make that. Okay, what it is, I believe, is very subtle projection, right? A very subtle elevation change, possibly, right? And now to mask this giant mistake that I've done here, perhaps just adding some hatching. And this is a perhaps, right? Who knows if this is actually true that it's going to make a difference. But, I say perhaps, right? And like, okay, like what do I want in the middle now? What kind of connection do I want in the middle? Well, maybe when I look at these examples, there you go. Maybe like a hinge, something like that, right? Maybe a hinge that's also projecting outwards. Who fucking knows, bro? Who fucking knows? It's all conjecture in it. But, oh, by the way, I've been losing the perspective consistently ever since I started. So I hope that also makes it very clear. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sense of it all. Right? We got a hinge now, so maybe how can we connect this hinge? I think the perspective for this hinge is also slightly off. Right? Okay, I guess we'll just connect it like that since we can't think of anything else. But, ooh. All right, cool. Okay, I'm just getting distracted. But let's see. And because this hinge is yeah, has a little bit of projection. This is not bad. I think this is okay in terms of design. Again, I'm really trying to see that box. And this is I literally have lost that fucking cylinder so many times now. But you know what? If this is the way it's gonna go, I need to make some sense out of what I'm drawing. Right, there you go. So there you go. So if that's gonna go that way, now I've established again the perspective, hopefully, that there's a fucking sphere in all of this. And I know this doesn't look that good. Trust me, I'm well aware it looks kind of but just trying to figure things out, right? Like just trying to figure things out. And this is where maybe I can add some decal. I do have a really, really bad habit of just wanting to fill space. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even need we don't need all these things to be filled, and yet look here I am, like just adding things for the fucking sake of adding things. Right? Useless, I say, I'm useless. But I want to be loved. Anyways, so like what can this do? Right? Again, we can just add some little contours. There you go. It doesn't look too bad. Uh, so like what can I really do hope the volume is working. I hope it's Can anybody hear me? Please just tell me if you can hear me. For the love of God. Like just tell me if you can fucking hear me, because I can hear me on my laptop, like a separate device. But the last person who actually typed said goodbye, I can't hear you. So the volume is working. I hope this. Can anybody hear me? Please just tell me if you can hear me. For the love of God. Like just tell me if you can fucking. Is it lagging? Or is my hand just really still on the stream? Fuck. Is it lagging? Oh no, it is not lagging. My hand is just extremely still. That is some top tier ability. What the fuck? Okay. Uh, so once again, I cannot blame anybody but myself because clearly people have lost interest. I'm washed. I didn't have a chance to become unwashed. God damn it. But let's try adding something like this. Oof, there you go. Let's see. Because that is the sphere. Again, this is all literally just putting shapes on a sphere practice, right? Like that's really all this is. So let's just put it into perspective, right? And there you go, something like that, right? And what can I do here? Maybe this will just be, yeah, maybe this will be something like this, like a shape that's added on top. This is what we'll call, and by we, I mean literally everybody who's ever done any sort of drawing from imagination. This is called form blending, right? Now, there are ways to make this look decent. Whether I will show those ways in a respectful manner deserving of this technique is yet to be seen. But there are ways. There are ways. Perhaps this is just not one of them. And maybe I'll just bastardize. Right, maybe I'm just bastardizing. Um, let's see. So I kind of like wrapped it around, right? I wrapped it around the sphere. Did I do it well? Who knows? But I kind of wrapped it around and then I will bring it back here, right? And then I guess we'll just, I actually didn't even mean for it to turn out like this, but whatever. I can't really think of anything anymore. There you go. That's the fucking shitty hat. That's the absolute shittiest hat I've ever drawn. I apologize. I'm just apologizing to fucking art at this point. I'm sorry, art. I've disappointed you. Right? I've. This is blasphemy. Okay, and then what do I want here? Well, again, I keep losing the fucking perspective, but if I were to not lose the perspective, let's see what would happen. Let's see what would be done if I were to not lose the perspective ever. There you go. Right? Maybe something just interesting like this. There you go. Yeah, what about just something like that where it's just jutting out? I try to do interesting things with elliptical things, but I feel as if I lose it. Not because, I want to or like intentionally, but it's just currently trying to make elliptical shapes look interesting is difficult. Difficult, right? As the youngins say. So I guess we could do stuff like this if I look at this reference, right? This is why references are great because, okay, it's like don't just add little outlines. You can also just add a little dash, right? Don't just add outlines, man. Adding outlines is for pussies. You gotta add a little dash. There you go. See, that already looks a little bit better, you know? Same with like what can we do for the edge of it? Okay, for the edge of it, we could actually turn it into multiple rounding, right? Yeah, we can turn into multiple rounding. And again, I love this because it forces me to have fine lines, which are very difficult to draw, right? And at the same time, I've lost the perspective multiple times. Like I've lost it multiple times, right? There you go. It's kind of a mid perspective, to be honest. Pretty fucking mediocre by all accounts. But there you go. I don't know what I was trying to do there, but it's just what it is. Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. I'm actually going to get some water. Actually, fuck. Hmm. No, I should just keep streaming. Yeah, I should just keep streaming. I'm just gonna rest. I'm just gonna rest. So we're just gonna doodle some lines while I rest, right? But yeah, what do you guys think so far? Not bad. I mean, it's not good either, right? I feel as if I'm losing the task at hand, which was to draw the sphere. Like I had in the beginning, but then I really lost it in the end, which is actually completely normal. And I hope it contextualizes that that is normal, right? To constantly lose the thing you're trying to attempt to do, right? I'm actually just practicing my little lines here as well. There you go. And again, art takes time, right? It's been 60 minutes, so it's been an hour, and this is all I've been able to accomplish. Right? This is it. This is all I've been able to do. Um, yeah, what else? What else? What else? Okay, okay, let's just keep going. So sad. This is like one of those streams where nobody comes on, and it's like, damn. I miss I miss like the three people who used to come on and just, encourage me, right? But I think I should take it even simpler. Like we should stop trying to do like a helmet or anything like that. Just visualize the box and cylinders in perspective. Sorry, visualize the box, visualize the sphere inside the box. And now I just need to and the contour lines inside the sphere inside the box. And I think I just need to focus on actually just being able to complete the sphere, right? That should be my first goal. Is just complete the sphere. And see, like now my brain's really hurting because I'm genuinely, and by complete the sphere, I mean try to just draw relatively simpler shapes wrapping around it, right? I know I use that word very lightly because simpler is still knowing me, not simple, but I can try. I mean, I can definitely try. And this is actually a great way to see if I actually understand perspective as well as I claim I do, at least to myself, right? Because it's very difficult, right? Now, again, like what perspective is this in? Okay, so we're doing a top-down perspective, so I have to be aware of that while I draw this. This is a chamfering. It's a beveling, you'll call it. Let's see, how do I want this to look, right? Because that is the top perspective that I've decided, and I've decided on a relatively simpler bottom one, or middle one. Sorry, not top perspective. What am I saying? I've decided upon a box that relatively looks like this, right? So this is the center line, and vertical center line. This is the horizontal center line, right? This is the sphere. So that's what I've relatively decided on. Art Raturaj. Rat, Raturaj, yeah. How's it going? How's it going? New to my channel, new to my streams, I assume. Are you a regular watcher? How do you like the drawings? Right? What's up? What's up? I don't expect you to reply. Everybody always says, I've had people say hi, and I'm like, how's it going? And they just leave. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go fuck myself. So, are you telling me to go fuck myself? Is that what you want me to do? Let's see. Okay, again, like I want it to have some complexity. So, this is purely just, I'm your new sub. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. How do you like my channel? Like what do you enjoy about it? You know? Um, let's see. Okay, so that's already off perspective. I know that much, right? So now we have to make shit up like so. And this is actually the fun part because it's not only extremely difficult because I lost the perspective multiple times. How are you? Oh, I'm great. Thank you for asking. Right. I'm just chilling, trying to practice some wrapping around a sphere, form wrapping around a sphere. But yeah, are you new to my channel? Or you, well, you said you're new, right? How do you like the channel, right? How are you enjoying the whole watch me become great shtick that I've got going on, right? The fuck you said hi again? I like your drawing. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. I don't think I form wrapped this correctly at all, by the way. Genuinely don't think I wrapped this correctly at all. But that's actually a good thing. Right? That's literally a good thing because me not doing it correctly is the first step to me doing it correctly, right? So let's see. I was trying to do something a bit more daredevilish, but I guess at this point I should just try to finish what I started AOT style. Hopefully that isn't a spoiler. I mean, it shouldn't be. Okay, there you go. So that's my sphere. I have gotten a lot better. I also like to draw. Nice. Can you be my friend? I can be your friend, but only your online friend. I'll never reach out to you. All right, this is a parasocial relationship only. We have to get it straight. But let's see. Um, okay, so I already think I've messed up quite a few things, right? Like that's way too wide out. That's a good thing. Again, these are good mistakes. Right now, because we're just practicing, yeah, we're just practicing, let's see, form wrapping. It's actually very difficult to form wrap, right? I'm from India. Nice. I'm also from India. Well, I was born there. I can't in good conscience say I'm from India because that would be disingenuous. I came to Canada when I was 3 or 4, so I am Indian, right? I do speak the language, right? The many somebodies who live there, uh, right? But anyways, let's see. I have no idea what I want to do. I have no idea what I want to form wrap. It is also midnight, so it makes sense that that's my cope. Because it's late at night, nobody's watching my content, even though it's fucking broken draw. I just stream at fucking 1 a.m. and thousands of people pulled up. That's my cope. Okay, I'm losing the form wrapping. I'm losing everything, and now I don't know how I wanna wrap around this. I'm just thinking in terms of, okay, so if that's happening that way, there you go, see? Something like that. Okay. It's like a bike helmet of sorts. Yeah, this is actually kind of like a bike helmet. So if I were to wrap, it'd be like that, right? If I were to create a subtraction out of this. That's actually pretty interesting. That's literally like a bike helmet. And again, I have to see the perspective and I have to see the center lines, right? But oh shit, my nose booped the camera. I apologize. Yeah, see, like I've already messed up the perspective here and here. It's too far. It's way too far. So it is already extremely off. Hey, Park It, bro is streaming at 6 in the morning. Bro lives in a different time zone than me. Don't forget that, Park It. How's it going? How's it going? Finally, somebody pulled up. I mean, you're probably gonna leave soon because I assume you have school or it's too early for you, but yeah, I'm just practicing visualizing the fucking box, the sphere inside the box, and the center lines, vertical and horizontal inside the sphere inside the box. I'm sure you already know that's hard as fuck, but yeah, and we're just trying to create shapes. First it was hard surface shapes, now we're just trying to form wrap around the the sphere itself to get an idea of the actual perspective. But again, it's already gone to shit. It's like it's very much gone to shit, right? But it's what it is. Hi, where are you ideas to draw? I don't really have any ideas to draw, bro. I'm just trying to figure shit out. Unless you're not talking to me, please go ahead. Yeah, see, like this sphere is not, it's just not it. We can just give it a little. See, that was already off because I didn't follow the contour. I'll be honest, I literally have not thought about the things that I mentioned nearly as much as I would like. So we're gonna rectify that. We're gonna e-rectify that. See, not a good sphere at all. Not even a fucking sphere, right? So it's whatever. Like it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna kill myself afterwards. But oh, sorry. Does YouTube allow people to say that, or do I have to say some retarded shit like unalive myself? Right? We can't say the no word. It starts with a K. But can you draw Koniseg logo? I don't know what that is, bro. I don't know what the Koniseg logo is. Here, I can write it out for you. Just for you, I'm just gonna write it out, and we're gonna call it that. That is the logo. There you go. You see, I even remembered how to spell it, even though I looked at it once. And here's their logo, right? I give you a beautiful, beautiful logo right here. There you go. Koniseg, inspiring lives. So beautiful. Okay, let's stop fucking around and go back to trying to visualize the box. Okay. So I need to form wrap shapes around it. Well, why don't I think about one specific type of shape or one specific type of manipulated shape that I want to form wrap around it, right? That's a G. Anyways, uh, so let's think about the sphere, right? Let's think about the box. Let's think about the sphere inside the box. And then let's think about the center lines, vertical and horizontal, which are following the perspective of the box inside the sphere, inside the box, right? Again, very, very difficult to visualize this, like incredibly so. To hold those three layers is a whole different step. Yeah, I have to go to university. I feel a bit sick, but I can't skip today. Oh, that's unfortunate. If you can't skip, then yeah, just try to take your medication and yeah, take care, bro. Take care. Right? Good luck at school. Stay hydrated. If you can, get some fresh air, and sunlight, right? But yeah, just eat lots of fucking meat and stay hydrated. What else can I say, right? Get your rest. Take care. Take care, brother man. Anyways, now that I'm done pretending to be a caring person, back to the drawing, back to the drawing. Right. Okay, so here, let me first just draw the vertical, okay? Because the more I can see this, like literally the more I can see this, the more I can do it, right? It's just a fact. The more I can see it, the more I can do it. So we need to do our best to see, of course. There you go. This is the end. This is the middle point of the sphere. This is the end of the sphere, right? Anyway, Challenge 52 is fun so far. The first 2 weeks are very good. This week is not that much work. I want to do Challenge 52. I know I messaged you being like, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I haven't done shit. Like, all I've done is what's been coming out on YouTube. Right? So, I want to do it. I'll probably do it in my own time and just put it up on Instagram. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do, is like once a week, just do like the requirements, right? Just go off on that shit. Probably on the days I don't actually record for drawing, but. No, Challenge 52, as per its name, sounds like a really good challenge. Right? It sounds like a really, really good time. Okay, so now that I've established this, I want to create cutouts. By that I mean additions. Sorry, I should be more specific, right? I want to create additions which follow this perspective and allow me to continually, and this is very difficult. Right now I'm trying to imagine the box, trying to imagine the sphere inside the box, and then I'm trying to imagine the contour lines inside the sphere, inside the box, right? Very difficult. And of course, my lines have to be very nuanced. They have to be very small, very thin, very consistent, proportionally consistent, which I've already fucked up multiple times, right? Funny thing is, people think this is difficult. It's not difficult. It's just extremely, extremely difficult. So, I'll have you know. Okay. So there you go. At least we got the center line or the vertical center line, right? So now we need to do, and this is the part where I get to, yeah, really, really, really think about the perspective because I've lost it already. So now we need to do something like this. If that's the case, I should probably do something like this here as well. Okay, I think I'll do that. So that way we have some consistency, right? There you go. And this could very well be wrong. Let's not forget, right? Also, I started doing more studies from Kim Jung-gi this week, which feels like I learn a lot while doing it. Yeah, there's a lot to learn from just watching him draw, let alone studying his drawings. The more you know, the more you learn while looking at his art. Yeah, exactly. Like the more you understand form, the more you're like, holy shit, this guy's so good at abstraction. He's so good at silhouette, like so many things. Anything involving line, shape, composition, design, form, like amongst those five on top of his visual library of decades of studying, like it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Right? The more, yeah, no, it's crazy. Which car do you like? I'm not really a car person. I don't know shit about cars, right? I like the one that goes vroom. Hopefully that helps. But see, there you go. Now I can focus on trying to keep these in perspective as well. Let's see. I already think I messed it up, but like this is great because I'm really, really, really struggling to see the box. But at the same time, it feels as if it's a great way for me to practice understanding the center lines, the contours especially, right? So yeah, I encourage everybody to try this. It's actually incredibly difficult. It shouldn't be surprising that it's incredibly difficult, I want to say, right? Like it genuinely should not be surprising at all that it's incredibly difficult, but see like now I have a huge problem to solve, which is where the fuck is, hold up. Like where is the perspective? Right? Literally where is the perspective? Right? I have to actually figure it out. Because yes, I do still see this box roughly that this sphere is comprised inside. Roughly, I do still see this, right? But park it. Have fun drawing. We'll be in touch. Tee hee 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 hee. Is that the German way of saying lol 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 lol? Anyways, yeah, yeah, we'll be in touch. Have a good one. Have a good one. Raturaj is spazzing out with emojis, but at least somebody's spazzing out. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. But either way, like now I have to think like, okay, what the fuck? What is the perspective? It's this, right? It's this. It has to be this. I've established that it's this to me. So it has to be, because now this is actually a great way for me to reinforce the box that I'm seeing while also doubling down on understanding the contour lines of the sphere. Okay, see, like I already almost fucked that up. That was close. Right, we have to, and this is actually like a great way to, even if you think about the design of this, right? It's kind of like a car tire. It is reminiscent of that. Oh, Evan, you're here. What the fuck? I was seeing your comments on the Broken Draw stream. Like, I was watching the video like after it came out, and I was just looking at the chat, and I noticed you were there. What's up? What's up? I really, really appreciate all the kind words you've ever said. Evan, please give me money. No, no. Have a good night. But yeah, how do you like the drawings before you leave? Right? How are you enjoying the practicing, I guess, right? Yeah, dude. No, I appreciate all the kind things you've said about my content and just the fact that you support me. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Right? So this may or may not be correct, right? But it's just about trying to figure out like that's it. Like we're just trying to figure out how this can be wrapping around these contours because right now it's a sphere, right? It is being wrapped around a sphere. So it's just my job is just to understand the contour right now. Oh, and not just the contour, by the way. Like obviously with envisioning the box, which is already like I've diverged quite a bit here. So that's immediately just a mistake that I have to accept because that's just the artistic process is that's just the autistic process more than anything, right? But also when it comes to being a visionary, such as I, right? You just have to accept the mistakes for the mistakes of you girl. Ah, what a beautiful, beautiful line. Anyways, what am I trying to do? Ta-da! Now I just need Tyrion to pull up and jerk me off and be like, "Hey, Viggy's the goat. Viggy's the goat. I can't swear on his channel. I can't swear on my channel." That's funny. I love how somebody actually asked him on his stream, they're like, "When will you stream with Viggy?" And he's like, "Yeah, on his channel. Can't be swearing." But looks good, man. I've been doing Challenge 52 by Thoro, so looking forward to that. Everybody's doing Challenge 52, so I guess I should just be doing it now. Ah, fuck! I shook the camera. My bad. My bad. It's I like pulled on the plug that it's attached to. My bad. But yeah, dude, everybody's doing Challenge 52. I should get on that. I should just do it and then post it on Instagram. That's what I should do. Finally. It'll be like a return from my 5 month hiatus on Instagram. Not that it was ever not that I was ever like much of a poster to begin with, but in terms of I guess the good old content creating game. Okay, so see, like I've already fucked up this sphere, but let's see if I can fix it. Right? I don't think I can fix it. I think I actually like messed it up completely because it was supposed to be very subtly around the edge. So we should just leave it. And yeah, this is the yeah, th we should just leave it. And this is the horizontal center line. Right, big mistake. Oh no, so sad. Ha, psych, I'm actually happy. Ooh, there you go. Right? Let's see. Okay, we have lots of time. We have lots of time. I can just keep drawing. You know, there you go. Just keep understanding the contours, right? It's and this is again the box that I roughly was trying to envision this. And it's extremely difficult. I want to like be very clear. Like keep fucking losing that box, right? Like I literally keep losing that box. It's super, super, super hard, you know? I'm in Instagram for my art. I want to post more and keep myself accountable. Haven't posted anything yet. Editing my first video. Nice. You'll probably get more subs than me within seconds, knowing how fucking my channel's going. So I wish you all the luck. You'll kill it, right? Just yeah, keep posting. The thing is like it is true because me posting these videos holds me accountable. At first, the videos were just a way for me to hold my like showcase the art progress, and it's still a given now that I'll always practice. But on days where I don't feel like practicing, and I don't feel like practicing a lot, the videos have now been a great way to be like, well, you have a fucking 10 people fan base. They apparently want to watch your content, and you can't be like you're a hard ass and say you put in all the effort, and I can't keep talking about growth mindset, but then on the days where I just feel low, I'm just like, hey, yeah, yeah, another day. It's like, no, no, okay, motherfucker. You said one thing, now you must stick to it. You must abide by the mindset you promote. You must abide by the discipline you speak of, right? But anyways, okay, let's yeah, I want to try more form wrapping, but maybe I should go back to trying hard surface shapes, right? I'm actually not sure what I should be doing. Maybe I'm just losing steam because I usually don't draw for more than an hour, but this is where we get to push past our discomfort zone, right? Or our comfort zone. What the fuck? If we push past our discomfort zone, we're just back to comfort, I guess. But okay, so I already did an angle like that actually. So let's do something like, what kind of box do I want? Let's do something like this. I already kind of did something like that here. Well, I tried to. Let's see. Why don't we do something like, well, I actually technically haven't done a bottom angle yet. So why don't we do something like that, right? Oh, sorry, top angle. So again, I really, really like the designs that I'm seeing here. Maybe these will actually be helpful, right? Maybe they'll be helpful. Let's try something like this. Kind of make it as obvious as I can. There you go. Kind of something like that where it wraps around. Um, Maybe I already kind of fucked myself here in terms of a decent design language, but something like that. Okay, gotta go to sleep. I was a zombie at work today. Catch you later. Take care. Take care. Get some rest, please. Get all the rest that you can. Right? Appreciate you. I appreciate you, my guy. Anyways, okay, so obviously I haven't learned shit. Right? Obviously I have not learned anything, but this is a great opportunity for me to try to learn. And I'm just gonna really look at these examples that I'm seeing on Pinterest, right? People do a lot of chamfering, which is just another way to say multiple rounding. People do a lot of chamfering, but where do they take that chamfering, right? Like I'm just looking at this one artist in particular, right? He seems to okay, so he does something like this as well. I see. Okay, there you go. There you go. Right? And then this is where the kind of like little details come about. It seems so, right? And by the way, while I'm doing this, I'm really trying to see that box and that center line and those 10 center lines and the sphere inside of it. But let's see, what else is happening? There seems to be like something that juts out, right? But that obviously has more nuance than just a jut out. Um, and then what? Maybe I can have little cylinders come down here. Some things work, some things don't. That doesn't really work, right? But let's see. There's a lot of things that can be done, I'm pretty sure. right? Even like with circular shapes, this can be perhaps a sphere, right? So there you go, a spherical shape. Um, don't know if it like perspective wise, it's actually way, way skewed. And that obviously it just ends up looking fucking disgusting because I keep drawing over it. But here, maybe what we need is a literal change in perspective. There you go, something like that. Now this does not look good. I am very well aware. That kind of just looks like weird, right? That just doesn't look that good. But this is obviously an opportunity to see where I can take it, right? It doesn't have to look good right now. In fact, maybe if I add some hatching, it'll already look a little bit better, right? There you go. That already looks a little bit better. But apart from that, I'm just trying to think in terms of, I guess, quote unquote, design. Again, do I ever really know what that means? I tried. Ah, fuck. No, not my pen cap. God damn it. I try to know what it means. Like, I genuinely do try to know what it means, but a lot of the time it's just kind of trial and error. Let's see. Maybe I can do something like this. And then. Oh, that's like a. It's. What's it called? It's a fucking form blending. Kind of looks decent. I had actually hoped it would look better than what it ended up becoming, but can't help it, can I? There you go, and then there you go. Okay, we'll just have two of those. It'll just be what it is. Kind of looks interesting, I guess. But I don't even think that's centered properly, to be honest. Let's see. Let's no, that was also incorrect. But now we have to make up for that mistake, right? I'm just trying to look at what is being done, has been done, and then just going off of that, right? I'm just trying to see. Let's see. Like it doesn't, I don't like, I really, really do hope I can one day explain things better. What I'm trying to see is what manipulations can I add while holding the box, the sphere inside the box, and the center lines inside the box in mind. I'm trying to wrap interesting shapes, which are hard surfaced, right? Hard surface being they have multiple rounding, the manipulations of multiple rounding, single rounding, some sort of diagonals, right? And trying to balance big, medium, small design shapes in conjunction with each other, trying to make them look aesthetic and also have function. There you go. So that's what I'm thinking of. Okay. Hopefully that clarifies it. I'll try to really bobini a bit more, right? But again, this is just there you go. If that's plain, hold up, I'm just trying to think. So like that. Yeah, there you go. Something like that, right? Let's I'm just trying to think of like, okay, maybe this is just something that's sticking out. something robotic-esque, right? Maybe it looks good, maybe it doesn't. We all know the answer is that it doesn't look good, but at least the maybe is good cope, right? As always, just add little contour lines. Still trying to keep it in perspective, of course. Oof, this is difficult. This is very difficult, right? And this is like, how do we let me zoom in, because people a lot of these artists do something like this, right? Where they do a little chamfering and then they have things stick out. And I'm just trying to see, how do they make things stick out, right? That's actually like the big question for me right now. Is it something like this? Right? Is that what's happening? That might be what's happening actually. I'm really glad I looked at these references. They're helping me understand a little bit more as to how things may occur. Not do occur, but may occur, right? And why don't we have spheres inside this time instead of cylinders? And we'll even give them little spaces to chill. There you go. And I'll even have this jut out in perspective, hopefully. Doesn't really look that good. It does not look that good at all, right? But it's okay. And let's see, how do I want this to? Yeah, the perspective is actually completely off. And this is where my brain's really hurting, which is good. There you go, if I do something like that. Let's see. Something like this, maybe? Dude, I don't know. Like I'm struggling. I'm fucking no idea what I'm gonna do. Something like that. Kind of looks like a grasshopper. Not that it's intentional by any means, but kind of looks like a grasshopper. Let's try to complete this ellipse. My brain's dead. My brain is not working. I can't think of anything. I genuinely can't think of anything. Might have to cut the stream a bit short. This is how you know I can't think of anything, because look, I'm doing this shit. There you go. There you go. And this is ass. Everybody say it looks like shit. It looks like shit. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's supposed to be like that, right? All right, well, it's only me watching myself at this point, so I guess it doesn't really matter. My brain is tired. It's been almost an hour and a half. It's been a bit over an hour and a half. Was it a good drawing session is a real question. Well, I did try a decent amount, and it wasn't a lot of discomfort, and I did make a lot of mistakes. So, and I did put a lot of effort in, like I said, right? So, kind of died at the end in terms of effort, but I'd say overall, good drawing session. I finally got the stream feeling that I wanted to do out of the way. Unfortunately, Um, I guess the regulars weren't around, but it makes sense. It's fucking 1 or 12:30, right? But overall, good stream. I definitely did. At the very least, I continued to reinforce the box, the sphere inside the box, and the contour lines inside the sphere inside the box, right? The center lines, sorry. So like overall, not bad, right? Not a bad stream. Getting better at visualizing. Putting hard surface shapes over the visualizations are always going to be difficult, right? But that's why just keep trying, right? We just keep trying and look, we can make it look. I mean, Kim Jong-il always said this one thing, right? It's like when in doubt, just add more bullshit to make it look relatively impressive. And he did actually say that. He's like literally just add more shit. It'll look it'll look a lot cooler. You can just keep adding small details, right? And there you go. Like it already kind of looks a decent amount better. Yeah, see? That's not bad at all. That actually looks a lot better now, even though it's still the same bullshit, right? But either way, I'm just trying to think. If I did that, I didn't mean to do that actually. Oh, because I forgot to do this. There you go. Forgot to complete this as well. No wonder it looked off. There you go. But this is definitely my worst design, by far, right? By far. And then there's like all the little things that these people add, like, right? Something like that. What does that mean? Nobody knows, but there you go. If we just add it, it'll look kind of more interesting, I guess, right? If we just do something like this. Now, of course, it just looks all over the place now, which is why you need a focal point. Which is these are the eyes, right? And then if that doesn't work, we can even do something like this. Right? Try to again like constantly add attention to maybe even add hatching here, right? Like what is this? Why does this not make sense? I don't know. Let's add a cutout here with fuck if I know some sort of cylindrical shapes which are also cut out. Then go inwards and then we'll just hatch inside of it. It kind of looks interesting, I guess. All right. But no, this one's pretty shit. This one is objectively poo poo, right? This one. But you know what? Overall, still an extremely fun drawing session. I mean, this is what happens after like the hour. My brain is really tired. So I'm gonna go probably drink some water and then stretch and then sleep, right? But bless me. But great session. Honestly, I feel as if like my designs are getting slowly but surely somewhat better, and I'm definitely getting more comfortable with just holding this box sphere and center lines inside the sphere inside the box in my head. Very, very, very difficult, but yeah, tomorrow I'll draw for 2 hours, right? Record for 2 hours. I just really wanted to get a stream out, and I had some nice people come along, and that was really cool. But with that being said, I'm gonna end it here. Nobody fucking watched basically like this entire stream at any point, right? But with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and I need to stop thinking about the views right now. I should just accept that because this is I guess this is the small YouTuber life, right? Where you have a little bit of a fan base. Some people, when you stream, I guess in my case, will come on and be like, "Hey yo," and I'm like, "Hey yo," right? But so the next time you stream, you expect the same AOs, yet nobody's AOing, let alone pulling up. And it's sad, man. It's sad, but that's what I need to get rid of. I need to stop being a little bitch and just draw for the sake of drawing, which I did. I enjoyed the drawings quite a bit, and it was nice. And now I just need to hold that mentality Done. It's done. That was easy. There you go. I no longer care about external validation. All right, cool. But I hope anybody watching the VOD, I guess, put a lot of effort into drawing and had a good time, at least listening to what I was saying, at the very least, or drew along, whatever the fuck. Anyways, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money. Just gonna pause.